Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome. So in this video I'm going to go over what is planned for the final patch of 2019. This is 3.8, which is due at the end of December of this year. It's a long way off, but there are some exciting things coming. Also, Erin Roberts did say on RTV recently that they are confident that they can achieve everything coming in the 2019 roadmap and hopefully bring additions to it rather than take things away. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see about that. But with that said, kicking off with characters, we have the Microtech collection. Now, this is clothing worn by the population around Microtech, like what we've seen with Hurston and Port Olisar, their own sort of style. We also have a mission giver for Microtech called Eddie Parr. Not sure what his role is, but I'm sure we'll find out more as time goes on. Now, for locations, as you've probably guessed, Microtech Planet is one of them. It also brings the new Babbage landing location, or the main landing location of Microtech. Microtech is a very icy, snowy planet which had a bit of an error during its terraforming, causing it to create a very hospitable environment. It also has 3 moons which will be coming in 3.8. It has Clio, Euterpe, and Calliope. I always get that one wrong. And again, we'll see more of those progress as time goes on. For other locations, we have cargo space stations unoccupied. This is very much like the cargo space stations coming in 3.7, but like the truck stops, they are derelict with limited facilities and hopefully creatures, aliens, pirates, other things on board. Sometimes just completely empty. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm very excited for these unoccupied stations in the more far reaches of Stanton. We also have refinery space stations, which are places to refine ore into usable materials for industry, trade and crafting, plus the unoccupied variations of the refinery stations too. So we'll have truck stops, cargo space stations and refinery space stations. Many of them derelict, many of them working, some of them partially working. That I cannot wait for. Anyway, in AI, we have FPS Combat Behaviors version 2. So this is creating varied and believable combat behaviors for the enemy AI to adopt in battle, from using different weapons depending on groups, solos, maybe player actions as well, and introducing different levels of skill. Again, further development of the AI is going to be a lot of fun. Also, it brings a new style of AI flight, which is a ace pilot. So creating a highly skilled AI combat pilot who uses decoupled, uses their ship loadout to the best ability, and also uses the environment to their advantage. Hopefully by that time I'll have practiced with the new flight model and become quite adept at it to take these guys on. Anyway, on to gameplay. We have dynamic mission systems, so using the back-end simulation and player actions to vary the mission locations, the mission rewards, along with other parameters for a more systemic universe. I'm surprised that's coming that late on in the year. It would be nice to have that earlier on so that we can have a bit more diversity in the missions, but I'm sure they have the reasons. Also, Vehicle HUD version 4, so improvements like storing results and an interface to adjust the strength of the scan. We also have mag boots, so allowing players to walk on the walls in areas without gravity. That's going to be very useful for exploring derelicts and places without the gravity. Along with that comes zero push and pull, so if you're not wearing an EVA suit, you'll be able to physically pull yourself around the ship and not just be stranded. Seated item handling, so using items and weapons when sat down. For example, the Dragonfly passenger being able to fire and use med pens and whatnot. They also put in security systems for gameplay, so basically this security system will control who has access to areas and objects based on various factors such as reputation, ownership, key cards and factions, auto-issuing warnings if someone breaks the law, and if ignoring the law, they'll be flagged as a criminal for security forces to come and find them. That I think is very important, and I'm looking forward to that, especially being an org leader. But also, ship-to-ship docking. So leading on from ship-to-station docking from 3.7, this is allowing smaller ships to dock to larger ships while in space. Very important stuff. Again, it's a shame it's coming so late on, but at least it's coming this year. And finally, for gameplay, we have Salvage version 1. Now, this obviously was supposed to be slated for 3.5. Bringing it into 3.8 is quite a heavy pushback. But as they've mentioned, priorities change, a lot of it depending on Squadron 42. This will just be, as we've heard, stripping materials from ship hulls, both on foot and in ships, requiring the players to scan the environment for debris, and once harvested materials, they can then be sold at a kiosk. That is it for gameplay, some exciting things there. Let's move on to ships and vehicles. We have the Drake Cutlass Blue rework. the Anvil Karak, so that's exciting, getting that onto 3.8 in this year. That is at 8 out of 57 so far, and we've seen this coming along very quickly. I'm actually surprised it's 3.8. I would have thought it would be a little earlier because of the amount of progress they're making, but hey-ho. The Asperia Prowler, which I'm sure a lot of people are very excited to receive. This is a very cool ship, a drop ship, based on the Taveran design, taken over by Asperia, who just recreate the old and alien ships. And finally for ships is the Misk Hull C. Now this is at 25 out of 45. It was already quite far along, but it got pushed back because they need ship-to-station docking. Now that's coming in 3.7. The ship will be ready for 3.8. So, weapons and items for 3.8. We have the Claws and Verna Sledge Mass Driver Revision. This is a ship weapon. The Lightning Bolt Co. Atskev Electron Shotgun. Atskev. Anyway, that's an FPS shotgun. Maybe a new damage type. Definitely a new company. Armitage Lanka Pneumatic Pistol. Again, a new FPS type weapon, I would think. And a new company as well, which is nice to see these new companies coming in. And then finally for core tech, it's just general performance optimizations. Nothing about server meshing, unfortunately, or anything about maybe server-side OCS, but I'm sure we'll have heard more about that throughout the year. Anyway, that is it for the 3.8 update. Remember, things can likely get shifted, especially after each patch that they release. They do reassess things, and the idea is they will do whatever is necessary, but Aaron has said they're quite confident they can achieve everything that's on the roadmap, so hopefully we'll just get new additions. That said, it's great that they're aiming to get Microtech in this year, with Salvage, the Karak, the Prowler, the Hull C also coming. That is very exciting. I am very hyped for these unoccupied stations, if you haven't guessed already. Hopefully containing something exciting and some scary gameplay, more Dead Space style gameplay. Also, getting new locations for us to trade is going to be very useful. Having dynamic missions means things will get less repetitive. Mag boot and push and pull while exploring wrecks will be very challenging but interesting and fun. And also being able to set parameters for guests or unwanted guests on board sounds like it could really change the game as well. Anyway, that was 3.8, guys. Do, as always, let me know your thoughts on this. Hit that subscribe button. I will be delving further into the roadmap and seeing what more it could all mean. Follow me over on twitch.tv/supermacbrothers Ryan if you've got anything to say about the roadmaps or anything at all about the game. Do come over and say hello. Big thank you to my patrons. If you do want to support my channel even further, guys, it is much appreciated. The link is below in the description. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.